Okay, so I'm doing another video today. So, my forge is finally burnt out the bottom of it. So what we gotta do is I've been saving some old water heaters like this. This is a big, wide water heater. We'll actually expand this forge a lot by this. But you can cut the top and bottom of them off, and you can make nice little forges out of them. So what we're going to do today is we're going to cut the hole for the your T-re plate, and your I forget what it's called, but we're going to mount this bad boy on the underneath, cut our hole in it, and bolt it together, and then you'll get to see what we're all about. And I'm actually going to weld some flanges or whatnot on here on the side so it'll grip the brick that wraps around it, and I'm gonna have to adjust the bricks in there. But yeah, man, so we'll get her done. Should be nice and fixed up when we're all done with it. So be nice and sturdy with that, because I think it's like 14 gauge. So first thing we gotta do, we gotta get this thing placed up in here. Like this one, it won't be totally on center because this was made for a smaller forge. I mean, I could bring it on center and cut this off, but I'd rather keep this, and it's not that big a deal if it's on center or not. We can get our T-re plate set up to where it gets a nice air dispersal going on in it. But yeah, so we'll get this thing to where she's pretty flat, so when we bite down on her, she seals up good. And then take our hump marker, get us our hole mapped out, and then we're ready to start cutting. So yeah, and then we'll cut it out a little bigger than that, but that's where we'll put it. And a great little tool is this bad boy. I got this plasma cutter for like $200 on eBay, and I kid you not, best investment I've ever made when it comes to making armor. So yeah, and then we'll get this thing cut up and get rocking. Okay, you just gotta make sure your ground's set up. The other nice thing about this cheap little plasma cutter is the consumable, or these parts are real cheap, so it's real nice. And always make sure you're wearing proper eye protection. Really hard to do with one hand. We're making her happen though. Making her happen. And you gotta watch, because you don't want to use these too much, because there's a thing called a duty cycle. If you use them too long, you can blow your circuit breaker real easy, because they're not meant to. Well, your nicer, higher end ones, you can run them a lot longer before they start getting bad. So you just want to, with a smaller one like this, hooked up to like your 12 gauge wire, running out to your garage or something like that. Make sure it's 12, because you're running a lot of amps on these things. But yeah, and then you just give it a second, and then you can keep going. So, but yeah, these things are pretty nice, pretty nice. There we go, she's all done. And then we'll get our holes mapped out for the actual T-re plate. Goes on the other side. We should be pretty solid. Look on down in there. Looks good. Looks good. Looks real good. And then we'll cut 2 more holes for this. So we got the T-Re plate all mounted up. It's nice to have at least like a 1/4 inch gap down here so you get a little airflow other than just coming out the point. You get a little bit out here to kind of help keep the whole pot warm. But now we're just welding these little brackets on it. I'm going to do 4 of them all the way around it so it grips the brick. And then we'll go move my bricks around and get her all rocked out. Yeah, now these welds, I'm not too worried about these, so we're kind of just throwing these puppies on there. You know, welding them up real quick and easy kind of deal. So once you get it tacked and she's not moving, then you can go in there and get your weld going. Oh, one-handed. I hate welding one-handed, but we're making it happen. It's kind of how we do things. Okay, and then we'll have this side to do, and we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go. Now we just do that to a couple more and we'll be ready to throw it back on. And here we go. Just got to keep putting these bricks back in. So we got it all. That's a lot deeper than my old one. A lot bigger, man. So we can do a lot more with this thing. So should have upgraded a long time ago. But yep, just keep putting these bricks in and then we'll be good to go. There's a kind of a heat shield. And then I got some ceramic fiber that we'll actually put up as well on the backdrop to also help insulate it from setting anything on fire. Some of this ceramic fiber I put on the back side of the brick. My dad, he designs furnaces for a living, so I get all those little perks. Makes for a good time for sure. Oh, but yeah, here we go. We'll just keep building this thing up and get her up to the bottom of the hood, and then we'll be set and ready to start forging again, guys.